Hello everyone. Decided to create this video. I got a 2013 Hyundai Azera that was basically stuck on the accessories mode. Um, I already dismantled everything. I can't show you how it was, but essentially this is the old one. It turned out to be the actual switch, and the mechanic wouldn't even guarantee me that after repairing it, it was gonna work out, because there's so many different electronic parts that are involved with this. But basically nothing, and won't start. I pressed the switch. I Google, and I found lots of videos on the parking switch, a lot of videos talking about the brake switch. Nothing regarding this. I also never found anything on how to get to it. And on this Azera, this piece, it's just all one piece as part of the dash. So I had to search for anything related to the radio deck. And I think that's how I came across a video on how to take this part out, and then cross my fingers that would give me enough opening to actually get to it. But as you can see, once I got this part out, I was able to, from back here, and taking this out too back there, get access to the actual switch. So I'll show a little bit at a time here as I put it together, so you guys get an idea, because the scariest thing is the plastic, how brittle it is, and if you just pull the wrong way, it might break. And obviously this is the cosmetics of the car, and you're looking at it every day from the cab. So I took my time and tried, but I'll show you that as I put it together. Once I replace the switch, which I got a used one, and the cheapest one possible that will give me a warranty, exchanging it if I found it faulty, just to use it as a troubleshooting tool to make sure that this is in fact the item that needs replacing. So if this one that is used, actually this is the old one still, but I got this used one, and once if it fails again, I guess I'll bite the bullet and buy an OEM brand new one from Hyundai, which is somewhere in, I don't know, it's more than the $300, somewhere above the $300. I will have to do some shopping and see which Hyundai dealer online I could get it for brand new. But hopefully this one will last me for a little while. I'll show you the assembly and tell you. Oops, sorry. So essentially, I started by taking the side pieces here. I'm just a quick walkthrough. I'll show as I putting it back together. Once I took those two pieces out, I started prying on this a little bit at a time, because it's basically snaps. There are some screws up here. This piece came out from here. At that point, I was able to, what did I do? Oh, this piece is all one piece that includes the vents. And that was the trickiest one, because I had to jam a tool right through here to begin to work it out slowly with patience. Once I broke that loose, then I got access to all these screws that hold this together, and I was able to finalize it. All right, so I got the switch back in there. I don't think this is necessary to take this out. But me trying to figure it out, I found two screws that are holding this casing together. And it goes like this. There's the two holes go to the right, these two holes to the left. There's like a pilot pin that goes on this first one, and I believe on this top one. On this top one and on this first one. And then the screw at the bottom here and the screw at the inside here. And I say that because if you do take it out, you gotta work behind this by feel. So if you feel the pin, the pilot pin, then you're gonna go, in to find the hole to put the screw on, and then on this side as well. So there's enough. My angle has been like directly on front like this through the left, and then with my right hand side through here. But it's been more comfortable with my left, and I've been using a little stubby screwdriver to get in there and tighten it up. So, but again, if you are doing, I don't feel you should do that. The way it works is you got this casing. So if it goes like this, and if you notice, there's two little tabs here, this one and this one. So you got to figure out a way of pressing those two. But you got to, when this is inside, like so, when it's inside, slide it all the way in. Then through here, through this, you're going to have to push. This side is not too bad because you can see the tab right here. So I was able to push that one. The other side, since it's all tucked in, it's a little bit more difficult. So what I ended up doing was following this track like that on the other side, and then trying to slide it all the way in so that it jammed in between, so that it was pressing. And once that was there, I pressed this one, then from the back push it, and then it popped out. But it was, I'm not gonna say it was easy. It was back and forth, is playing with those tabs until I managed to press them both at the same time, or just press one, get one side a little bit out, then the other one, and whichever way until you're finally able to clear those two tabs and get it out. So at this point, I got the switch in, I got the cable back on, I got my two screws that are holding the casing back here. And another thing I just found out or figured out is I was trying to put the casing like this on by itself and trying to put the screws, and that was not smart. What I ended up doing was putting it there on the pilot holes, making sure that everything was lined up, and then pushing the switch through, because then the switch would just hold it in place for me. Because the tabs will go into the casing and it'll hold it in place, and then I was able to just work on those screws without having to hold the casing in. Anyways, I'll keep going with this. So I'm gonna put this here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I'm gonna put this guy, the radio. I got 1, 2, and I think there's one here and there. That can be too hard to figure it out. Once I get that, I'll do another one. All right, so I got the radio and the display. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Took a little bit of finagle there because I don't know, I didn't have it right, but anyways, that's it. So now I'm gonna bring the big trim that's gonna uh, give me the ducts right here and the whole silver piece and the controls right here. All right, so here's the piece. There's the ducts. I got 2 cable harnesses there. Obviously, I plugged them in already. And I'm gonna just work it in place, make sure the duct is in the other side of the channel, and go to the next step. All right, looks like it's seated well. I did notice I had to put my hands here and here and just kind of push in so that that duct would seat on the other side. Same thing here. And when that happened, it looked like everything kind of flushed here with the buttons too. So I put there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. The rest are like little snaps that go in place. When you are taking this out, once you take all those faux screws, what I did was try to work these. I even put I put a sock because it's thinner and it's cloth, just to avoid scratching the material here for the dash. And it was basically lifting this up a little bit and trying to work this tool a little bit at a time, very carefully. If you have different sizes, I mean, this I bought at Harbor Freight as a kit, and I just kept using different sizes, working it on one side and then putting the other one, like leaving one in so that it will keep it open, and then going further up, and like that, a little bit at a time, and with a lot of patience because I didn't want this to break. I think that was the scariest part because I was just picturing the worst, but it a little bit at a time, it worked itself loose, and I was able to get it out. So, anyways, on to the next. This is the next piece, the storage box. I'm gonna put there's what is it? Three different cables there, and then I'm gonna start working it there in place. Looks like I got 2 screws here at the bottom, and I think it's just snaps on the top. This one was a little tricky to get out. Again, lots of patience and just kind of moving it until it finally unsnap. But here is one of them, and let's see, there's the other one. So those two will probably hold the top, and then the screws there at the bottom. All right, on to the next. I'll put this in and go to probably the shifter next. All right, so little by little, I was able to work it in there. I don't know if it's awkward, but I worked it in place. This was loose, and I kept moving it. I finally was able to push up here from the top here a little bit until it finally slid right under this. I'm not too sure that you need those 2 bolts to be taken out, but I did take them out trying to figure it out, because really on the top here, what's holding it is a clip here and another clip here. And then I got screws here at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think this is where this top piece is gonna snap in place. So let me do that now. All right, so I put this top piece, it's all snaps. There's no screws anywhere. So just kind of working it and pushing it in place. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if I see a gap there or not, but it doesn't go any further. So anyways, Going to the next, I'm gonna put these two sides, and I think we're done. And oh, I gotta take that out. It has nothing to do with it, but I'll put that back on and then turn it on, see how it works. So these are the side pieces. It's all snaps. So again, by taking it out, you just kind of work your fingers underneath, or just use the little plastic prying tool. So I'm gonna be lining this up here under that, that trim, and working it and snapping it in place. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side with this piece, which is like this. So I'll be tucking it in through there, and same thing. Okay, so there it is. I hope this is not too dark. All right, I'll turn the light on so it looks a little better. So I snapped this one in place. Tuck this one right underneath. If I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. I don't know if I caught it on the video or not. Then I just kind of pushed this until it snapped in place. Same thing on this side. And that kind of cleared the gap that I was seeing here. So I'm happy about that. I wasn't too sure if this wasn't pushed in all the way, but it looks like it's all set. I moved, obviously this was all the way back so that you can work on this. And alright, it looks like we're in business. I'm super happy. The shop that I took it to wanted $650. Of course, it's a OEM, a Hyundai Switch, but for the work and everything and labor, he quoted me $650. He wouldn't guarantee that it would fix it because of all the other electronics that might be playing out. So he didn't want to commit. So at that point, I figured, yeah, I'd rather do it myself with the cheapest part possible to figure it out. And anyway, so I'm hoping that this helps. It would have helped me tremendously. I didn't find any videos on how to get to that switch at all. Again, the symptom was my daughter was driving it. She couldn't turn the car off when she got to work. And of course, me thinking I'm so smart, I went over there. I took the fuse and for the ignition out. The car turned off, obviously. But then we couldn't turn it back on because it was stuck on accessories. So we couldn't turn it back on. So as advice, just like my wife told me there, we should have just drove it. Well, I would have towed it probably to the shop anyways. But if you know that you're going to work on it yourself and you got the time, just drive it home before you turn it off. And then go ahead and take the ignition fuse off to turn it off. And that's it didn't match the parking switch problem or the brake switch problem, because when I was hitting accessories, nothing was happening. So I was not seeing any reaction. So that's why I strongly felt that it was the switch. All right, I'm out. Hopefully this helped.